Why am I nervous?
I don't know. Why are you nervous?
I don't know. As soon as we started, my heart started. Oh, it's probably the Dr. Pepper.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we start, you need to tell them about that.
I've already said it in the last episode.
Really?
Yeah, because I had a Dr. Pepper, I think. Maybe it was 2 episodes ago. I'm not sure. Basically, when I drink Dr. Pepper, my heart flutters really bad if I don't drink water. And I did not drink water while I was drinking the Dr. Pepper at lunch today. Why do I do that to myself? I don't know.
You do that all the time.
It's just so good.
Madeline has a Dr. Pepper addiction.
Not as bad once I got kidney stones.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for being here. Today, what we have in store for you is talking about our wedding. If you guys haven't seen our last podcast episode, go watch it. It's about our proposal, everything about our proposal. And I think that's like a good prerequisite. Is that a word? Prerequisite?
I guess.
To this episode. Yeah, you guys should totally check it out. And then if you guys want to, you guys can listen to that one. Or if you don't even want to watch that last one, you don't have to. So
yeah, we were supposed to be talking about what we're talking about in this episode in last week's episode, but our proposal went way longer than I thought it was going to be. So we decided just to halfway through the episode, if you listen, to make a part 2 basically. But you don't have to listen to that other one in order to listen to this one about wedding planning, things we wish we would have done differently or things we wish we would have done, whatever.
Yeah. And also, I know in a previous episode, we talked about talking about our body image, and we said, oh yeah, next episode is going to be that. Sorry, we lied to you guys. I have it on the calendar for next week. Next week's episode is going to be like our like how we view our bodies and like how
like social media perceives us and stuff like that. Yeah, ways to cope with that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Like, okay, I was gonna say something, but I'm just gonna save it.
Yeah, we'll save it. Sorry, guys, kind of giving you a little
sneak peek.
Not really sneak peek. I was gonna say like getting them all hyped up, and then we're like, never mind, you gotta wait. I feel like I do that a lot. I'm like, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we never do. So, yeah, I think we're just gonna get into it.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know where we're going to begin with this.
Right after our proposal. Or, how about, when did you start planning our wedding?
Literally on the cruise.
I say you start planning because I didn't do too much.
So, Steven proposed to me on a cruise in May 31st. So,
you guys heard that in the last episode.
Yeah, May, June-ish time is when I started wedding planning. I guess I would say June. On the cruise, I started thinking like, oh my God, what kind of wedding do I want to have? Because honestly, I thought I still had 2 more years. Like, I didn't even know Steven was planning on proposing. I feel like we were one of the first out of our friends, and I guess maybe the YouTube community too.
I definitely think the first out of our friends because we were so young.
Yeah, and I've never seen anyone plan a wedding before. I didn't have anyone to really ask because the only people who had weddings around me were my parents or
and like
Steven's
people that
parents.
were older than us.
Yeah, and back then a wedding was getting married in a church and having cookies and cake and punch after. Like that's literally what the reception was. So I like today's weddings are way different than what they were like 20 years ago. So I didn't really have anyone to really ask about wedding planning.
Yeah.
Like I hardly know anyone. I've gone to like 2 weddings in my life.
I think I've only been to like family members' weddings, and mentally I was not there. I was like, okay, I have to go to a freaking wedding. I was bored the entire time.
And you're a boy, so you don't really care. But like, I mean, I always like pictured having a wedding and everything, but I never like dreamed about it like some girls do. And I get it. Weddings are so beautiful and fun. But I just never really thought about what kind of wedding I wanted to have. Well, COVID hit during our wedding planning.
Like, of course.
So we got married before COVID, yeah, because we were on a cruise.
Proposed.
Yeah, engaged. And so, I guess June, and then that following March is when COVID hit.
Yes.
We were supposed to get married June 13th originally. And in March, obviously, things started to get scary where they were shutting down the entire world.
Yeah, because I remember we were in school and we were like, oh, our spring break got extended a week. We were like, yeah. And then they're like, you're not coming back to school.
Yeah, you're doing it all online. And we were all like, whoa, okay. So yeah, that was definitely a little different than your average wedding planning too. So that added a lot of stress to it.
Because nobody's done a wedding
during a pandemic, at least nowadays.
Yeah.
Our type of weddings.
Michael, you have got to get off the computer, man.
Don't
just
go.
Here.
I saw him eyeing it.
Just stay right here. This is a good spot for you.
Yeah, you can.
Do you guys have cats?
There.
You guys like cats or dogs better? Okay, I honestly used to be like a dog guy, but then I got a cat. It changed my life.
Yeah, once you find the right one and the one that loves you as a person.
I just hate how people are like, oh, cats are the devil. They're evil.
They're
not. You have to find the right cat.
And you have to work for their trust.
Yeah, they're not like any dog and just be like, oh, a person, let's play.
Yeah.
Like cats, you have to like kind of warm your way up to them.
Yeah, I mean, there are some dogs that obviously you have to like.
Yeah.
If they've been abused or whatever.
My dog Jack, or my parents' dog Jack.
He loves everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so
that was my off-topic point for this video.
So, COVID was definitely something that not your typical person goes through. So I didn't have anyone to turn to again. Luckily, my friend Tifton ended up getting engaged, so she started wedding planning as well. But we had two different type of weddings. So she got married in October. We postponed to September.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, backtrack. Boom, 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 boom. We got to go back. So Steven and I went and cake tested and all this stuff. Was that during COVID?
Yeah, because we had to do it like privately. Okay, this is like a weird fact, but the day we went cake testing, Kobe died.
Oh.
I just remember seeing that on the TV, and I was like,
so when did
whoa.
Kobe pass away? Because that was the day we went cake testing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was during COVID or not. I think it was before. I don't know. Anyway, sorry guys. I definitely probably should have done more of like a reliving it before I was on the podcast.
What is that called? Just writing everything down, kind of give us like a refresher.
An outline.
Yeah.
So we went cake testing and yada, yada, yada. We did all that kind of stuff. I think we filmed it, but something went wrong.
So I used the lens that we're using now, and it doesn't have image stabilization. So the entire video was super shaky.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't know that. We had just got the lens.
And the audio was so bad too, because this lens clicks whenever it focuses. It's not like it goes.
Sometimes in our videos, you can probably hear that because we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up, I don't think we posted it.
We didn't.
Yeah, we still have the footage for us.
Like on a hard drive.
Yeah, but we did actually film that. So if you didn't know that, there you go. We did. But we actually ended up not going with a actual like baker. I'll get into that in a second too.
Yeah. I was about to spoil something.
Yeah. So I remember like probably April is when I started thinking like, shoot, they're shutting down everything. We're not able to have parties of over 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are we supposed to have a wedding? Well, luckily the wedding venue that we had chosen was an outdoor wedding. I wanted to have an outdoor wedding. I think Steven, you did too, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't really care as long as we got married.
Yeah, and this wedding venue that I found that we ended up getting married at was fairly new, so their prices were not as expensive as some other places around here.
And as they are now.
Yeah, now their price has actually gone up since then, probably like by $2,000 or $3,000.
Didn't we plan the wedding there in the first place, and then since we postponed, did we they changed their price, right? And then
we got it locked in.
We got grandfathered in.
Yeah, so they were actually building a chapel on their property. So if it was raining that day, you had an option B to use the chapel, or you could just use the chapel in general because it was beautiful and they actually handmade it themselves.
Did it himself, like him and a couple of buddies, and it's like huge.
It's beautiful too. So I wouldn't have upbeen upset if it was raining because it was supposed to be done by the time
it was so freaking hot in that chapel thing.
Yeah, they didn't have air conditioning at the time because it was so new. I'm assuming they have it now.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to be getting married in June, which is like the hottest time of the summer. Probably not the hottest. It's when it starts to get
June,
really
July,
hot.
August. That's like,
yeah,
it gets rough out here in Texas.
So we started deciding about, we started dabbling into postponing, and also with the whole reception thing, because that was supposed to be indoors. And the thing at the time with Texas was if you were outside, I think it was like 150 people could be there. and you didn't have to wear masks. So our venue was still allowing us to do weddings in June.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I decided to just postpone. It was really stressful with all these people on the internet. Like, obviously, getting mad. I get it. Like, the whole point of stopping the spread is to not have parties and not get married. But Steven and I wanted to get married so bad. Like,
we were really close to eloping, too.
Yeah. Can you imagine still waiting to get married?
No.
I feel like it's still kind of like on the fence. Should you be having a large party?
Yeah.
So I can't imagine waiting 2 years. I'm glad we just went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking it was just going to be like a 3-month thing. And 2 years later, it's still being talked about. So we ended up postponing because we were like, hopefully by September, it'll be okay. And we got lucky because I'm glad I postponed when I did. Because I was on a bunch of wedding pages at the time. Because again, I didn't really have any like mentors. I didn't have a wedding planner. I did it all myself. And I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos and I was in a bunch of wedding planning Facebook groups. So on these Facebook groups, all these people started talking about how they're going to postpone and they're thinking about it and yada, yada, yada. And so I was like, shoot, should I postpone?
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did because I got first pick out of the new dates that were coming out.
For the wedding venue, right?
Yeah, because if I would have waited, September 12th might have not been available and we might have had to wait till January. Mm-hmm. Because now I feel like the fall is when people are having weddings. Normally it's summertime, but now I feel like a lot more people are choosing the fall. Mm-hmm. So we ended up looking at the dates and I just was talking with the wedding venue and they were being so accommodating. They were really cool. Loved them so much.
They were nice to work with, at least.
Yeah. And so we ended up telling them our concerns about the reception and how we think we're just going to do like a little after party at Steven's parents' house because it was down the road.
And if you wanted to come, you could come.
If you didn't have to.
Yeah, you can leave.
Yeah, if you weren't comfortable, you don't have to. But if you wanted to, you can. And so we had kind of like a mini reception. We call it more of an after party because it wasn't your traditional reception. We did still do our first dance and everything. Again, we'll get into that in a second. Mm-hmm. But we ended up postponing and they were so cool about it. And once I told her we're thinking about not doing the reception because on the property, that's what I really liked also about this place. Yeah. Was that everything was in walking distance. So you could have your ceremony. Oh, we got a second kid.
Mia.
Yay.
Yeah, it was nice because they had that chapel and they had the outdoor venue. They provided all the chairs, right? Mm-hmm. And the tables and everything.
And they set them up.
Yeah, it was like super easy. And it's just like on this huge, beautiful property, like with a waterfall in the background and a little river. It was so cool. And then what's it called? The reception area was there too.
Yeah, so most places, like I feel like with a lot of weddings, you have to you get married in one spot and then you all get in the car and go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So that's one reason why we chose this venue, but then we started deciding maybe we shouldn't do an indoor reception because if we did it at Steven's house, we were still all outside. We were abiding by the guidelines and all of that. So we had
mini little after party.
Yeah. And sorry I keep saying so and yeah, I'm trying to like think about it as I'm going. But what was I saying?
You were talking, like, I don't know. I kind of interrupted you.
The reception.
Yeah.
So once I started telling her our concerns about the reception, she actually took money off. And also we were grandfathered into our original price, even though we postponed. Because like I said, the fall is now the new wedding time to get married. So their prices were more expensive for the fall versus the summer. But they were so cool about it. Super nice. Took money off since we weren't going to be using the venue.
And they had like a
bridal house.
Bridal house. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah. So they actually had a get ready like bridal house on the property.
I'm sure it had air conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it did. I bet that felt nice.
Steven's groomsman house did not have air conditioning.
And it was like upstairs in the place like where you would have the reception. And if you guys don't know, I get hot so easy. Like I'm sweating a little bit right now. Bless you. And
sorry.
Madeline is always freezing. So we should have switched.
Yeah.
But I do understand like you guys needed all those mirrors and everything to get ready. Mm-hmm. Literally, I got ready 15 minutes before.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. I just got dressed, took some pictures, and went off.
Yeah. So since we weren't doing the reception and they took some money off, they said that we now had the venue because it was supposed to be, I think 11, because we had it for 12 hours. So I think it was 11 p.m. to 11 or 11
I thought
a.m.
it was 8 a.m.
Well, it would have been 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. is what we were supposed to have, so we could have the reception and have a party and whatever. And we didn't have to like be out, like, I don't know. So we actually, I wish, this is one thing I wish I would have done, was I didn't think about how, we can now push it from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. because we still technically had it for 12 hours, just didn't have the reception area.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not think about that. So we had no time on the wedding day.
It was really rushed.
No time at all. It was very stressful because I told my girls, I was like, show up at 12 p.m. It'll be okay. Because our ceremony was at 5. Give yourself plenty of time.
Yeah, if you guys are planning weddings, don't do what we did.
If you take anything from this video, my number one advice for brides that ask me, like, what's something you wish you would have done different? Given myself 2 extra hours than what I thought I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steven and I didn't get to do, like, a lot of stuff that I wanted to.
We just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, okay. So, we get there at 12 p.m. Hair people were already late. And so that was one setback as well.
We did have wedding coordinators though, right?
Yes. So that is one thing that I'm really glad that I did splurge on. I think they were like $1,000 or something, which is quite a bit. Oh, also, I know money is not a big thing, or like I know it is a big thing when it comes to wedding and stuff, but I want to be transparent. Like my parents, they did help with the wedding and his parents did the reception part.
Mm-hmm.
So we're so thankful. I just want to let you guys know, I know a lot of you guys are out there having to save for your own wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very stressful, and I did a lot of budgeting, like DIYing for
Madeline
myself.
did so much DIY stuff, it was insane. Like always working on stuff for the wedding. Like
I maybe don't recommend it because it was very stressful, but if you actually, I waited till like the month before. Do not do that. I know you're probably gonna be like, I have time. No,
do it,
girl. Get
now.
it done. Get it done now, so you're not stressed out before. Because I was like making wedding signs the night before.
I remember.
Like,
we were all there.
Making masks too, because we provided masks.
Yeah, I forgot. We should have said that earlier. We did provide masks. So like, if you guys, if people came to our wedding and didn't want to wear a mask, they didn't have to.
Because we were outdoors, yeah.
But if you wanted to, go ahead and take them. Take 5 of them. I don't care.
Yeah, so I made masks. I actually have a lot left over still.
Mm-hmm.
So we use them occasionally for like, I don't know, when we need them. We're like,
so
I
if
have some masks in here.
Forget one, like if we forget our masks, like she'll have some of those masks in our car and be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we have leftover ones. But so they, I totally lost my train of thought.
Just remember.
Yeah.
Remember what you were talking about.
I don't remember.
Just do it, Madeline. Just remember.
I don't remember, babe.
Just remember. It's not that hard.
Okay, you're making it worse.
I know.
I can't remember.
Okay. Girls, get your stuff done. Because I did stuff the night before. That's what you're talking about.
High five. Good job, babe.
Thanks, man.
And yeah.
Just do the stuff.
I don't know.
Don't waste any time on getting your stuff done because you're going to need to do it eventually. Do it ASAP.
But that was something that definitely saved a lot of money for me because wedding things are expensive. So,
just like with anything with wedding in the title, is like, I provide a wedding service. Yeah.
I can mark it up. Yeah, it is a lot. Same with like videographers and photographers. Mm-hmm. We actually went with...
I'm sorry, Madeline.
I know you're going to correct me.
Videographer.
I don't understand how I say it wrong.
It's not one of my biggest pet peeves, but it really bothers me when people say videographers because you don't say photographers. It's photographers. Videographers.
He gets so mad. I don't even understand how I'm saying it wrong.
You say videographer. Video, like... You don't need to say the O part.
Okay.
So there's a restaurant called Schlotsky's. Madeline, just say it.
No.
Madeline says Schlotsky's.
I still don't understand how I say it.
You're doing
wrong.
a sh. but it's Schl.
Schlotzsky's.
Say it again.
Schlotzsky's.
That was good. You did it right.
It sounds the same.
No, it doesn't.
It sounds the same.
Madeline will do Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's.
All of those sounds sounded literally the exact same.
Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's. Okay, now that word doesn't even sound real anymore. Do you guys ever like repeat words and they just... Okay,
Yeah.
I don't even need to say that because it's just off topic. Okay. Go ahead, Madeline.
So
you save so much money by not...
DIY,
yeah,
yes.
DIY everything.
Goodwill is a good place too to find like vases and whatnot if you like that look
It's
of...
Boss.
Oh my
kidding.
gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Looking for like different shaped vases, but if you want like a cohesive look, I understand that too.
Mm-hmm. Cricut was your best friend.
Yeah, I actually got a Cricut specifically for my wedding.
Also, Cricut, if somebody knows anybody from Cricut, sponsor Madeline. She is like literally the person to go to Cricut advice to. Like,
I'm the Cricut connoisseur.
she has gotten everybody on Cricuts. Like,
yeah,
helped
I'm
so
always
many
the
people with
one that
Cricut
they
stuff.
call.
Always.
Yeah.
So Cricut, if you have like a budget of like $10 million, just send it our way. I could have a quick $10 million. I would love $10 million right now.
Me too.
I would move to... I don't know. I don't even know where I want to move.
I was like, why is it the first thing you would move?
Okay, I would pay off the house, pay
Yeah.
off all of our stuff, and then maybe move to like Fort Worth, Dallas area. Build a like $1 million something house out there. Pay it off.
That has nothing to do with the wedding stuff.
Yes, it does.
No, it does
'Cause-
not.
I'm trying to think of how it would be correlated to our wedding because we're married and stuff.
Oh my gosh, babe. I can't.
Regardless,
I literally can't.
Cricut, please send us like $1 billion or something.
Yeah, but if you guys want to invest in a Cricut, I would say it does help a lot. Watch YouTube videos, Jennifer Maker.
Madeline makes so much stuff, even like at our house, and it saves so much money. Like getting stuff from the Dollar Tree and make it like some of our wedding stuff, like
Was from the Dollar
decorations,
Tree.
was from Dollar Tree.
Yeah,
it doesn't
and-
need to be like I understand people like want to have expensive weddings, but like it's just a day
Mhm.
and like make it budget friendly.
Oh, yeah. Another thing that we had not splurged on that we ended up not spending a lot of money is flowers. So I
Yes.
actually luckily got a brand deal with Sola Wood Flowers. It's now Forever Floral.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they're just wood flowers that I
I grab
still
it?
have my bouquet.
Should I grab some flowers really fast?
If you want to.
I'll grab them. I'll be right back.
Grab
Don't
my-
miss me too much, guys.
Grab my bouquet.
I don't know where that is. Is it in your
It's just in my office. Yeah. It's the biggest one. I think it's right there on the, like right when you walk in the door. Yeah. So I ended up getting Forever Floral wood flowers and I still have my bouquet 2 years later, or a year and a half later, and it looks exactly the same. And that was another thing. I also used baby's breath a lot in our wedding because those are so inexpensive. Like you can get bunches.
You have so much. So is it this one?
Yeah, this is my bouquet. If you are watching the video, this is what it looks like. And I also have one of our bouquets from my
Walk in
bridesmaids.
front of the camera, guys.
Nice.
Check this
So,
out.
that's Steven's boutonniere.
They see it
better Here,
in the light.
let me-
There you go.
This is Steven's boutonniere, so he keeps that on his desk. And yeah, I just love them. They're still
Then
perfect.
we have some in our bathroom too.
Oh yeah, those are a different brand, right?
No.
Or not different brand, a different
Flower?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same ones from our wedding. We had different ones that we got sent. But that's another thing that I would suggest because a lot of people spend a lot of money on flowers. Like $4,000 of the budget goes to that, which is insane. I could not
Just
justify,
for those flowers to die.
Yeah, I could not justify that. Yes, it looks so elegant and beautiful, but I liked baby's breath. That's one of my favorite flowers.
And you get to keep it forever.
Yeah, Forever Floral. Definitely check them out. I actually have
Yeah, I was about to say you have a code.
Yeah, I have a link down below if you guys want to check it out if you are curious or interested in that. You could also get, well, I guess Mother's Day will be coming up. Like by the time this is posted, Mother's Day will be in like 3 days.
Yeah,
so.
but even then, like,
oh, wait, will it? No, 2 weeks. Yeah, get some Mother's Day flowers for your mom. If you guys are listening to this and you want to get them, their flowers will never die.
Like, we've literally had it for 2 years.
Yeah,
like my boutonniere has been on my desk for 2 years.
Yeah, those kind of flowers are perfect for Mother's Day because then your mom can have it as decor somewhere in her house and it's not just going to die.
And they smell pretty good too. I mean, they don't smell like real flowers, but
they just, they have a certain smell to them. So that was another thing that we ended up doing to save a little bit of money. What else? Oh, our photographer. So she was new at the time and she was just now getting started. So we got her a pretty good price for her and she did a really good job.
And she's kind of like a friend of ours too.
Yeah, she actually did our engagement photos, both shoots, right?
At the one at Chick-fil-A too?
Yeah. She did a Chick-fil-A engagement shoot, and then we also did like just an outdoorsy one, and she did really well. I really liked her. And our day of coordinators, I'm so glad we splurged on that. I'm
glad you did.
Yeah, I almost didn't, but I was like, I need somebody else to run the show while I'm getting my hair done and doing my makeup.
Brides they can do everything, but you probably shouldn't on the most important, I'm doing quotes right now, most important day of your life. Yeah,
and another way that I saved some money was I actually did my own makeup. I'm very weird about my makeup. I don't trust anybody doing it.
I understand that.
So, like, for prom, I always did my own makeup. For big events, I always do my own makeup just because I know my face and I know the ways I like my makeup to look. I know there are some girls out there who don't really typically wear makeup. So that is when I would say, probably get a makeup artist.
So do makeup artists come and like, do they bring their own product and everything? So you have to like tell them the shade of everything. Like
which they're typically good about like color matching. They'll have different shades of foundation and
of course you'd probably meet up with them beforehand too, right?
Yeah, you normally do a trial
not like
run.
The same day, like, oh, okay, yeah, just come over and do my wedding makeup. Yeah,
like kind of with hair too, you normally do a trial run. So I actually did get a hairstylist and I let all my girls do their own makeup, but I had everyone get their hair done by the hairstylists that were there. And I think their hair all turned out beautiful. I loved it. It did.
Except for yours.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. It did take a long time, though. That was one thing that I was just like, let's go.
I'm sorry. That was a joke, guys. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, my God.
Oh, you didn't like my hair?
Yeah. No, her hair was good. It was perfect.
Thank you. I did actually want blonde hair. That was another fiasco that happened right before the wedding. I went and got my hair done, I would say like probably 4 or 5 days before the wedding. And I normally don't care about my hair. Like when something goes wrong, I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'll get it touched up later, whatever.
It's just
what
hair.
I wanted. Yeah, it's just hair. But this was for my wedding. And I had specifically gotten my hair to the blonde that it was at so I could have blonde hair on my wedding. Well, it got a little too blonde. So I was like, oh, could we add some brown into it? Some brown. I didn't want a lot of brown. Well, my hair was so damaged that it soaked up the brown, which it was not her fault at all. Like, I'm not blaming her whatsoever. It was just how my hair was. Well, it soaked up that brown, and I came out of there with basically the hair color that I have now. I've never cried about my hair before, and I just remember sobbing because I was so sad because I worked so hard for this blonde, and I saw like a side-by-side of the right before I went in and came out, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Why don't you just bleach it?
Yeah, okay. I would have no hair on the wedding day. So she actually did try to like wash it out and do like a color stripping. So it was a little bit like less dark, but it was definitely not the color that I wanted. So that's the one thing I look back at pictures and I'm like, dang it, I really wanted blonde hair.
Also, you're going to be proud of me. I've been holding this thought in for so long and I haven't talked about it yet. Chick-fil-A also should sponsor us.
Oh my gosh.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody knows about Chick-fil-A because of us. Chick-fil-A wasn't even a Chick-fil-A wasn't even a restaurant before us.
Yeah, we got them big. No. But I actually do get a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I'm getting Chick-fil-A today" because they saw like our video or us mentioning Chick-fil-A. They're like, "Ooh, Chick-fil-A sounds good. I'm going to find
me a boy."
Yeah, at Chick-fil-A.
But also like A bunch of people ask us, like, did you have Chick-fil-A at your wedding?
Yeah,
No,
we did not.
We did not.
We were going to do like just some cookies as like kind of a nod to it, but we ultimately didn't do that. We ended up, okay, hang on. I got to backtrack. So day of the wedding, the hair took a long time, which I get it. They had to do 8 people or 9. I don't even know how many. But because of that, we didn't end up getting to take bridesmaid photos beforehand. And you were supposed to be doing groomsmen photos.
Oops.
Somehow that did not happen either.
Well, we got groomsmen pictures, but it was like of me like putting on
Yeah,
the suit.
you were supposed to get like your actual like just standing there and whatever. So we had to do all of that after the fact. And we didn't do a first look, but I did prank Steven with my brother.
Yeah.
So that was really funny. But we didn't end up doing a first look. So we did not get our photos done before, which I don't regret that. I liked the fact that we kind of did it the traditional way. But also, again, I do kind of regret it because I would have loved to have that moment together to not just like getting down at the aisle.
You did the first look with your dad.
I did. And with my brothers.
And your dad cried.
He didn't really cry.
Oh.
He just, I could tell he was really like,
he was moved.
Holy moly.
My baby girl is growing up.
Yeah. So Steven and I did not get to do our first look photos. And I was really sad about that. Not our first look, sorry.
That picture right there. I mean, of us like holding hands before.
Yeah, we did do the first touch photos, which we didn't see each other beforehand, but we like we read letters to each other.
I'm grabbing that picture. Hold on, guys. I'm getting up again. I have to show him that picture.
Just put it on the screen.
I will totally forget.
Babe, just put it on the screen.
Okay.
Unless you really want to get up.
I really want to get up and show him.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys the picture right now.
Okay. So we did end up doing that. And I was about to say something, but I got off track.
Here you go.
This is the first touch that we were doing.
Oh,
I know what I was going to say. So we did not write vows for each other. We were instead going to write letters to each other. I did not have time to do that, but Steven actually got to do it. And I gave him a gift too. It was just something stupid and funny, but we recorded that. I don't think we've ever watched it.
I couldn't even tell you where that is.
It better be on the hard drive.
It probably is.
It should be on there.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
We recorded that, and it was just us two, so we could like talk to each other, give each other gifts, well, I gave him a gift, and he read his letter that I was supposed to write to.
My gift to her was the ring.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we do have that video that we wanted to watch in like 10 years. I have not watched it. It's probably so cringe. We were so nervous.
Yeah. Actually, so I was so nervous the day of the wedding that I was going to have like a panic attack. And I was so scared because I've already had like panic attacks before then. And I really wasn't that anxious that day. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, like my heart started racing a little bit like while I was up there because I was like, oh, this is about to happen. But like I really didn't like freak out like I thought I was going to be.
Yeah.
And I was really proud of myself. I was like, yes.
Good job,
Go
babe.
little rock star.
It's probably helped that you also had your medicine at that time.
Yeah, and I had all my groomsmen distracting me, hanging out with the boys,
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So we did not do our first look, so we didn't get to take our photos beforehand, like our coupley photos. So that's one regret also that I have is we have really hardly any photos of just me and Steven on our wedding day because after the ceremony, everybody had already left to go over to the after party. And Steven and I still had to take groomsmen photos, family photos, bridesmaid photos, our photos.
That was like,
it was like an hour of photos.
Okay, next group, but come on.
And it was hot outside. We're hungry at this point. Everybody else is wanting to go eat too. And so we finally do our send-off.
Yeah. Well, no.
No, we did the send-off before.
For the video.
Yeah.
And then we took pictures with everybody. Mm-hmm. And then after we took pictures with everybody, we got a couple more pictures, right? Just of us two. But then we were like, okay.
We're tired. Let's go.
Tired and hungry. And then
I
listen to this.
regret that so much.
After we take all those pictures,
we're already late. It's already like an hour, and I had already told so many people, tell them they can eat. They do not have to wait for us. Everybody can eat. I told the DJ. I told the wedding coordinators.
Yes.
I told Steven's parents. I was like, tell everyone they can eat. Do not wait on us. Because I was so stressed out. And so, long story short, they did not wait for us.
Yeah, and so we start leaving, and then...
they did wait for us.
Yeah,
they did wait for us. And I'm so glad I did not know that or even notice it when we first walked in. Because that whole time I would have been like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, that's what I would have been saying to people. But if you were one of our wedding guests, I am so sorry.
Thank you for waiting for us. You did not have to do that.
Yeah, you did not have to.
But right after we start to leave, this... like oil, like I'm trying.
Steven went the wrong way, by the way. I was like, I'm pretty sure you go out that way.
I've never been there before except for like one time.
Yeah.
So we go there, and this fool is driving 15 miles an hour, literally, for like 25 minutes.
And you can't pass.
You can't pass him. It's just like a single dirt road. You cannot pass him.
Yeah.
And there's dust flying all over, like, so we can't see anything. It was awful. So we were even more late. And
pissed because we were super hungry,
tired. We took so many pictures.
Which we did get our own like moment to each other,
like
but it wasn't very pleasant.
We got married and we're like, yeah, dude, like we actually did this, and that was like a fun time, kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't that pleasant because we were starving and annoyed because this car was going so slow.
It was ridiculous, and
we were already an hour past.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One thing that I'm also super glad about is. We have like family friends that like cook like professionally, and
that's another thing that helps save money.
That saved us so much money. That was our wedding gift from them, was providing all the food.
We paid for the cost of the food,
yes,
not for the cost of labor. Which, thank you to you guys.
Yeah.
If you by chance are listening, we are so thankful for that. We really are.
And
the food was so good.
It was so good. No, so like. They like enter in contests and stuff, and like they had brisket, bunch of other stuff.
They actually don't have a business, right? They just do it kind of on like the side for families and people.
Like they have like a smoker out there, and they like it's such good food.
Yeah, it was really yummy. We actually got a lot of compliments on the food.
Yeah,
the mac and cheese for sure.
Mac and cheese was so good.
Everyone loved that. So that was another thing that helped save money. I know, again, you might not have somebody like that, but. Definitely get in Facebook groups and
like wedding Facebook.
Yeah, YouTube videos to get ideas on other things to help budget and save money. But yeah, I can't think of really. We had the after party and the wedding cake. So something else that I saved money on. Instead of doing like a traditional bakery, I could not justify spending $500 on a cake. I get it. It's a lot of work. I understand. It really is. And if you are a baker, I applaud you. And yeah, normally wedding cakes are amazing.
Yeah.
And I get it. I just could not spend that money. And I did want to stay within the money range that my parents had given us. And I actually did. I bought 2 wedding dresses under the same price.
That's another thing.
I have another budget idea. I'll get back to the wedding dress too. So the cake I ended up getting was a Walmart cake.
And nobody could tell the difference.
Yeah. So I ended up getting just a cake from Walmart. I think they're really yummy.
They were good.
Yeah, and no one said anything. I actually got some compliments on the cake too, saying that was good.
They were like, "Oh, where'd you get the cake?" And we're like, "Walmart."
Walmart. It
was really good.
Yeah, and if you don't tell your wedding guests, they don't know.
Yeah.
Like they just think it's another wedding cake, and it was really good. We got the it wasn't buttercream, it was whipped icing.
Yeah. And I know earlier I said you can't tell the difference. I bet if there was a side by side, you could totally tell the difference. I just don't want to make anybody mad right there.
Yeah, and I just didn't. I wanted to spend more money in other areas rather than on a cake that's just going to get eaten and disappear.
Yeah.
That's not the point of the day, which all of this isn't really the point of the day, but it is a celebration of our love. And yeah, we did still do our first dances. That was one thing I still wanted to do for sure. regardless of wanting to cancel the reception.
Yeah.
And so we did that.
You got to talk about the wedding dress now.
Okay. So my first wedding dress, we did a YouTube video on it if you guys are curious on what it looked like.
Was that on your channel or our channel?
Our channel. Because I had you look at it before the wedding.
Yeah.
After I'd finally decided to change wedding dresses.
Did we ever tell them about how my mom or you accidentally sent me a picture of the wedding dress? I don't think this has ever been talked about before.
Okay, we'll add that to this story.
Yeah.
So, a little hack is to go to a prom dress store. And I went to a prom dress store. It's called Whatchamacallit. Like, that's actually the name. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
And they now actually have a white selection of actual wedding dresses. But at the time, actually, I think they did at the time. But anyway, I was looking at kind of a traditional dress, but not really. And I ended up getting an ivory, more darker brown looking dress. I loved it because it was super bedazzled on the top, and I didn't really want the traditional wedding dress. Again, this was when I was shopping for our June 13th wedding, so I had got it in October.
Yeah,
I think it was October when we went wedding dress shopping.
The year before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we had a year and a half of us being engaged.
Yeah, because we had postponed it.
That's right.
Well, by the time my wedding dress, I think it ended up being $700 after alterations, which that's another price tag you got to remember. Alterations are pretty dang expensive. I think they're $300 or something. So when you are wedding dress shopping, make sure you are adding that in too.
Whenever I first heard the $700 for the dress, I was like, that is so much. And Madeline was like, no.
You do not. That's a budget.
Yeah. I was like, $700 on a dress? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Which you can get less expensive dresses at other places. There are you can go to Goodwill or you can go to consignment shops.
Put on Facebook, and search for a wedding dress.
I guess I could also talk about that.
Yeah.
How, so anyway, sorry. A month before the wedding, I was like, you know what? I do not like this dress. I was not in love with it as much as I was at the time when I first got it. And I just think I had it for too long. And I had seen other people. After you buy a dress, do not look at Pinterest.
I remember Madeline just a couple of times was just like, I need to stop looking at Pinterest for stuff. I need to stop because...
Do not look at other dresses because you will start being like, well, maybe I'd look better in that. Or maybe I would like that better. That is something else I did that I should have not.
Pick one and don't look for any other.
Yeah. So I ended up not really liking my dress. And so a month before the wedding, we went dress shopping, me, my mom, and I think your mom was there too. Yeah. And I actually went to David's Bridal this time, and I found a dress that I obviously loved. It's the one that I have. I have no regrets. Still absolutely love it. And I got it at David's Bridal. I think it was actually on the sale area. I'm so weird about spending a lot of money on a dress. $1,000 on a dress just scares me.
Yeah.
So I don't remember how much this dress was. My mom might remember. But I ended up getting it altered. And this was a week before the wedding, I'm pretty sure. I went to go try it on because it took 3 weeks for them to alter it and stuff. And I told him, I was like, dude, my wedding's in a month. So a week before the wedding, I go try it on.
We were on the phone or something. I was on the phone with somebody. And then you or somebody sent me a text.
Oh, no, this was...
We're not talking about this right now? I thought we were talking about the mishap.
No, I forgot to say.
I was kind of
I forgot to mention.
If you guys are watching the video, if you rewind it 30 seconds, I was just staring at the wedding dress thing up there. I was completely zoned out. I don't even remember what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the new wedding dress.
Okay, never mind.
So the first wedding dress that I got in October, we had just bought it. Me, my mom, and Erin were there, which Erin is Steven's mom. And
look at my arms.
Nice. Oh my gosh. So we had just got The wedding dress. And I was sending Steven pictures of our engagement shoot. I was like, this is the outfit that I want you to wear. Because I think we were taking the pictures the next day or something. Mm-hmm. And I had already laid them out and took pictures because I was showing like outfits, I think, to my mom, telling her which ones should we wear. So I was sending that picture to you. Somehow I accidentally selected so when you take pictures on the iPhone and you're sending a text, it shows like a preview of them. Well, somehow I selected the picture of my wedding dress without knowing that I had selected it because I was scrolling over to find the picture. And
I had my phone on speaker at this point. Like I was away from my phone. So
yeah, we were on the phone.
It was perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm glad we were on the phone. Well, I sent him the text, and all of a sudden I see that I had sent him a picture of me in the dress that I just bought. And I was like, oh my God. And we were all freaking out. We're like, Steven, do not open your text messages.
And I was like, I'm not. I promise I'm not. And they kept on saying, do not look at it. I'm like, I'm not going to look at it. I was
so we were like, when we get there, we're going to see if it was open or not.
And I was like, I promise you, I will not open it.
Yeah, and we're in Fort Worth, so we had to wait like 40 minutes for us to get home. And so I grabbed Steven's phone and hurried and deleted the picture.
That's one thing like I really don't understand is like why. Like I know it's like tradition. Like for the guy not to see the dress.
I don't know why. I think it's either bad luck or I don't know, but it's also I think for the wow factor.
Yeah,
like
my
you
wife
seeing me in a wedding
so
dress
beautiful.
for the first time.
Yeah.
I think is partly. That's why I wouldn't have wanted you to see it. I wanted it to be a surprise for you. Well, anyway, it wouldn't have been the end of the world because I changed dresses a month before. So I go in a week before the wedding to try on the dress. This is where I was going.
Okay, yeah.
And the alterations, it did not fit me, like, at all. Like, nada. Like, it was the most unflattering thing I've ever seen. And this one girl came in there, like, that was helping me, and she goes, what the F did she do? Like, she actually said the F word. Like, yeah, she was that. And she was like, I'm so sorry. But that is like what she was like, what happened? Yeah, it did not look good. And I was like, I get married in a week. Like, I cannot wear this. So they had to do like a rush order.
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
It's something that would happen in a movie.
Yeah. So they had to do a rush order of fixing it. It still was not perfect, as you guys saw. Like,
did they charge you?
Not for the rushing.
About to say, yeah, like they shouldn't have.
Yeah, and I had already paid up front for the alteration, so
yeah.
I think. I don't remember how that worked. Never mind. I don't think I paid up front. I think I paid the first time, and then when we came back and picked it up, we didn't have to. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so she didn't charge me, I guess. What was I saying about the dress?
That it was altered.
That was your fault. Steven started pulling on my toe.
I was about to pop her toe.
And
she gave me the stink eye.
So I was looking down. I was trying to ignore you. And now I just lost my train of Sorry, you guys. This is so out of place, but this is really just how we are. So sorry. You're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. I think it's entertaining for the listener.
Yeah, it's more organic. But the dress looked really bad. Oh, I know what I was going to say. In some pictures, you can see it's like bunched up in the back. So it was more of like a mermaid fit around the hips. And so a bunch of the times, like it was like folding.
And hips don't lie.
Oh my gosh. It was folding in my stomach area. And so I was constantly having to like pull it down. And if it was actually like altered to my body how it should have been, it wouldn't have done that, which again, it also is just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like fix it in some pictures, so it was really annoying. It wasn't perfect fitting, but it's what I had and what I had to work with because like, I think it was 2 days before the wedding, I went and picked it up. You normally have your wedding dress for like months in your closet. Mm-hmm. So getting it 2 days before was like really stressful. I also, I guess I could say that too. I took all my bridesmaids out, so I didn't do a bachelorette. I'm not a partier.
Yeah.
I'm really not a partier. I kind of regret it now. I wish I would have just done it, but I also don't have a lot of like friends my age that would have wanted to go. And a lot of the girls who were in my bridal party were my family members. Mm-hmm. So I opted out of it. Didn't want to make my bridesmaids spend the money on it. Because being a bridesmaid is already super expensive, buying the dress and well, I guess luckily I got a brand deal. But anyway, I got a brand deal for our bridesmaid dresses. But I did not want to make them have to pay for a bachelorette weekend. Again, I kind of wish I did because you're only a bride once. I didn't soak it up as much as I should have.
Madeline still says that to this day. Like, I wish I could go back.
And
she
like
said
be
that today.
A bride.
You said that today. You said, Steven, let's get married again.
Oh,
literally today at lunch.
Because I said I wanted another dress.
Yeah.
I love wedding dresses. And unfortunately, on my stupid For You page, a lot of wedding dresses pop up because I sit there and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to start just being like, not interested, not interested. I mean, I am. I love wedding dresses, but it makes me kind of sad because, like I said, I didn't soak it up being a bride. And I see a lot of people now my age, which I feel like if I wasn't one of the first to have a wedding out of like my...
Madeline did air quotes for those of you who are listening.
First. Like out of the people on my Facebook from high school.
Yeah,
I feel like
so
we
annoying.
were one of them.
Like, we started weddings. Like, we were the first people to ever have a wedding.
Get married, yeah.
And everybody's copying us now. Like, everybody on the internet. Like, I'll see random people on our For You page. Like,
that are getting married.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I did that
Where's
before
the
you.
creds?
I know. Give us wedding credits.
No, I just didn't. I wasn't on like wedding TikTok, TikTok wasn't even really a thing.
It wasn't really that, like, it was big, but it wasn't like
I
for
wish
weddings.
TikTok was a thing during wedding planning.
Yeah.
Because I learn a lot still, even though I'm not even planning a wedding. So that's another thing. Get on wedding TikTok if you can. But I just wish I would have been a bride. But I didn't really know what that entailed. I didn't know anything. I'd never been a bridesmaid before. I had never planned a wedding before. I didn't even really know what went into weddings until I started doing my own research.
You did just lie, Madeline. You said you've never been a bridesmaid before. Weren't you like so young in a wedding?
I was like 7 when I was a bride.
Madeline, that was a lie. Apologize.
Sorry, guys, I lied. But that was also not a traditional.
I cannot stand being married to a liar. You're gonna have to fix that, Madeline.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I was 8 when I was a bridesmaid, and we did.
Is it 7 or 8, Madeline? Tell us the truth.
Oh my gosh, I was in 2nd grade. I don't know how old I was.
7, 6 or 7,
6.
sometimes 8.
No, 7 or 8 is
7 or 8. Yeah,
2nd grade.
Yeah,
because 5 and 6 is kindergarten, 6 and 7 is 1st grade, and then 7 and 8 is. So I wasn't lying. I just don't know when they got married in September. So I would have been 7.
You have to have your facts right before you start talking all this nonsense, Madeline.
Yeah.
You can't be lying to everybody all the time.
Oh my gosh. So I had never been a bridesmaid. I didn't know what went into it.
There it is again.
Oh my gosh. In modern day bridesmaid.
I know.
And no one, again, around my age had been getting married that I knew. And on Facebook, it was all the people who were 3 years older than me that were getting married. Because I would say we were pretty young, like young-ish.
You can't say we were pretty, like we were young. Like,
yeah.
I'm okay with saying that. Like,
and so I just didn't really know how to be a bride. I didn't really know that I should have done a bachelorette. But what we ended up doing instead was the day before the wedding, I went and took all my bridesmaids to get their nails done, and we went to brunch, and I loved it. I got to spend time with all my bridesmaids, and they actually got me lingerie. It was so embarrassing because Steven's mom and my mom were there, and they ended up getting me like pajama sets that were like not, sensual.
It's like moms.
Yeah.
Like a mom
They were
gift.
like, we wanted to get you something, but not.
Yeah.
Not like the actual lingerie. So that was really funny because I did not know they were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish, knowing the stuff I know now, I could plan our wedding again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there was a lot more things that I'm sure I forgot to say and wish I would have said in this podcast. But again, I'm dumb and did not do an outline. So
You're not dumb, Madeline.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome. So
what'd you do?
Yeah, this part is going to be really quick. The podcast is probably going to be over in like less than 10 minutes. Because I actually did so much.
What time did you show up on the wedding day?
What time I was told to show up.
I know.
3:00.
Yeah, that's another regret. I wish I would have made the boys get there earlier. I just didn't want them sitting around doing nothing. Because I was like, oh, what do they need to do? Put suits on?
That's all we did. And I couldn't help you guys because I couldn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up around like 11 o'clock noon that day, kind of hung out, got my suit ready,
I
brought
actually
it over.
woke up at 6:30 on the wedding day, and I went
and
to...
that's why you were mad too, because you were thinking, I wish I could have got there at 8 o'clock.
Because I could have gotten up and gotten ready, and everybody else,
stuff,
I'm sure.
yeah.
But I went to H-E-B that morning and got snacks. I got snacks for our bridal house and the groomsmen. Somehow the message did not get relayed over to the guys, so they didn't even have like snacks the
I didn't
whole
even
day.
know you got us snacks.
I told you this. We've talked about it.
I have a really bad memory, man.
Babe, I've talked to you because I was like, y'all didn't eat that day, and you were like, no. And I was like, I bought y'all snacks that morning.
Where are those snacks?
Oh, and I bought your groomsman cake that morning.
Oh,
I was like, oh, Steven needs a groomsman cake. So I just went and got like a chocolate cake at H-E-B.
Yeah.
And brought that.
I mean, I tried to help, but you guys literally had no hope in me. That's like an inside joke.
It is an inside joke.
It's like, I don't really want to explain it because it would take too long, and it's really not that funny, but it's really funny.
Yeah. That's my problem though with anything. I think I can do it all on my own.
That's
like
how I am with all
of
this stuff.
Like one day when we have a bridal shower. Oh, we didn't do a bridal shower either. We did a couple shower.
Yeah.
And so I'm weird. I don't like being the center of attention. You would think I would, but I don't at all. I hate it. I can't talk. Like, it stresses me out. So we ended up doing a couple shower so that Steven had to be there with me.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
We got to open up gifts. It was fun.
Yeah, and we had a bunch of people
come over. Yeah. It was fun. Like, we had family friends over, so it was fun.
I actually don't think did I decorate for that? I don't remember decorating for the couple shower.
I don't think we did. We just had it at my parents' house.
Yeah, but what I was about to say was with like a baby shower, I feel like I'm going to want to just be in charge of all of it.
Yeah.
We are not pregnant, by the way. I'm just saying, like, that's the next step. I'm soaking up being a mom or a pregnant lady. Mm-hmm. So you guys, once that day comes, you're going to be very sick of me because I did not soak up the bride era.
So she's going to go off on like being like, yeah, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
I am pregnant.
I'm going to show my belly all the time.
Like in every podcast episode, will be like, oh, did I like mention that I'm pregnant right now?
I'm not.
We're not pregnant.
Do not clip that. I am not pregnant, you guys.
On TMZ, announced Madeline said she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, I tried to help. I did.
Yeah. And
sometimes.
Like I said, I think I do not get mad at Steven at all. I was never even mad at him in the first place because I knew that's just how I am. I trust people.
I understand that.
But I want stuff to be the way I want it to be when it comes to
everybody,
decorating.
I wouldn't call you selfish at all, but I think everybody's kind of like, no, I want to do it. Because,
I also don't want to put other people out. Like Aaron and David, they always wanted to help. My mom always wanted to help. And I just wanted to do it because I didn't want to make them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's so funny because like,
it's so hard for me to just pass that on.
Mm-hmm. I like to help people. Like, we love to help people, but I hate people helping me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a burden.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'll help you. I'll help you. But I hate asking people for help. And I think that's something that we actually need to work on, like, as people, because we can't do everything by ourselves.
Yeah. But. And that's another reason why I was probably super stressed out. I was good up until 3 days before the wedding. That's when it all was like,
oh my God, like this is happening soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, day of the wedding, I get there at 3, take some pictures. It was so hot. So hot up there, like drenching sweat. Because it was upstairs, like in the attic area.
I don't know
it was
why
so
they
small.
Didn't have
like they had a fan up there, but it really didn't.
There was like pool tables and stuff is like what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Because the grooms, again, they don't need to get ready, do their makeup. And like we had like an actual house that like they use sometimes to like sleep in.
Yeah.
Like for guests when they come over. It's like a guest house, but it was called the bridal house. And that's where like we got ready.
Venue. Yeah. But that, the wedding was great. I thought you did a perfect job on it.
For never planning anything in my life and having to do it kind of all on my own, I'm good with that.
Yeah, great job. Here, give me a kiss through the microphone. You guys were a part of that.
Yeah, we did have a DJ too. That was something we splurged on.
The DJ was cool. Like, remember we met up with him at like a Starbucks somewhere, and he was super helpful. He was chill, and like
he still comments on like our stuff.
Yeah,
and
like he follows us, we follow him, and like he likes our Instagram pictures, and
yeah, he's a super cool guy, and he did a really good job.
Yeah, I was about to say, is his name DJ? But that's his Instagram.
Yeah,
it's DJ something.
His name's Ryan.
Yeah.
So he did a really good job too. I loved our caterers, the ones who did our food. What else is there? I'm trying to think. I don't know if I left out some of the important things, but yeah, if you want to save money on flowers, I would definitely check out Forever Floral.
Yeah, it'll be
and
like
you get to keep them
forever.
And your bridesmaids, they can keep them. They can have a cute little thing that reminds them of your wedding.
Yeah.
But I do understand the appeal of like actual
real flowers.
Real flowers are beautiful. Yes. And like you can get certain wood flowers that look more realistic, or silk flowers is another thing I think people get.
Silk flowers? Is there like this whole genre of flowers that I don't know about? Like
Yes.
I was so shocked when I was like, these are made out of wood. Like I've never heard of that in my entire life. They're silk flowers too?
I think I heard about it on Facebook, on those Facebook groups.
Next, you're going to tell me that they're like liquid flowers or something.
Yeah. So if you take anything away from this video,
was that real?
Oh my gosh, Steven, people are going to be like, what is going on?
Guys.
Stop! What are you doing?
It's funny. I know. It's so funny.
I'm stressed right now.
It's okay.
So if anything you take from this video or podcast is make sure you give yourself more than enough time than what you think. Add 2 hours to that because you're going to need it. I would rather have sit down, chill time, drinking a mimosa. We didn't even get to do the champagne pop. I have no cute pictures of me. We had champagne to do it.
But you had time to do TikToks?
Yeah, we actually did do a TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad I got that done because I love it. Like,
it's cute. You had everybody there.
Yeah,
like,
it was stressful too.
You get to have that forever.
Getting it set up. Yeah.
I really do want to look through the hard drive and find our wedding stuff. Because I do know I have like all of our wedding pictures on there.
You should have that.
All
I'm
the
almost
videos.
positive
I think I made a
there.
folder in there saying like wedding stuff. Do
if
not
it's
delete.
not in there, I have no clue where it's at.
On a memory card somewhere.
Probably not anymore because you format every memory card.
Madeline.
Steven likes to format memory cards.
I don't like having so much stuff on there. I'm scared I'm going to run out of space.
What does formatting mean?
Format is like just erasing everything. So I have two 256 gigabyte SD cards now.
I say that in an annoyed voice because Steven did that one time
accident. It was an accident.
I don't even know what the video was, but I was so irritated because it was something we couldn't refilm.
We were going to Fossil Rim maybe on the way there with some friends because I remember it happening and I was like, oh my God, our like YouTube friends are here, and Madeline just yelled at me.
I went berserk. No, it wasn't even that. It was, I don't remember what the video was, but it was something we could not refilm. And it was because he's stupid, formatted the memory card.
You call me stupid. No, I'm just
I was calling the act of you formatting the memory card stupid.
So
not you.
We used to have like 7 memory cards at one point, and people are like, why do you have so many memory cards? I'm really bad about like buying stuff that I don't need. Like, I'm like, oh, I need this camera accessory. I need blah, blah, blah. So now we just have 2 memory cards that have a lot of storage on them.
Yep. And he formats.
Well, I format them after after I do a video, I download the video, and then I put it on the hard drive, and then now I format the card after that. I was actually really scared in California. I was showing Drew how to use this Ninja, like the Atomos Ninja thing, and I formatted it, and it was like a podcast episode. But I remember I already edited it and everything. I had it uploaded like on a schedule, and I did not want to tell you. I was so scared.
I'm glad
I know, because I wanted to wait until we got back, and I was gonna lie to you. I had planned out like a lie that whenever we came back.
Oh wow! I thought you hated liars. I thought you can't stand liars.
I do. I can't stand them. You just told me you were gonna lie to me just now.
I have video proof.
Toss me the money. That's another inside joke. So I was really scared. I was going to say something like, Madeline, I don't know. I guess I clicked the wrong button when I pressed record because it's not on here anymore. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. I have two 256 gigabyte cards, and then what we're recording on now is a terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes. So...
yeah.
Nobody cares. I know, Madeline. Nobody cares about this stuff.
They do.
Madeline tells me all the time, nobody cares about like all your camera stuff. I'm like, I care.
No, I don't say no one cares. I just say some people don't understand it. Like, I don't even understand it. So I just let you talk. And I'm
Thank
like,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need to talk to feel special.
Okay. You are special.
Really?
Yes, you are.
Are you being serious?
Yes. I love you so much.
I love you
Steven.
so much. Oh my gosh, I forgot to push record on one of those.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
We should probably go. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. Hopefully we talked about everything we needed to.
Regardless, the wedding was awesome. We saved so much money by Madeline doing everything by ourselves. Also, if you guys know Cricket, tell them to reach out to Madeline because she's literally like the in-person spokesperson to everybody. Like, oh, I can do that with my Cricket.
I actually, like, in Michael's and Hobby Lobby, like, I'll see people looking at the Crickets, and I'll, like, have to explain to them, like, the differences in the Crickets, and yeah. I should work for Cricket, basically.
They need to send you, like, something. Every single time somebody buys a Cricket, you should get, like, a cent.
A cent. I should get $10.
$10 for every Cricket sale.
Yeah.
I'm going to write up a contract and send
them.
it to them and be like, hey, can y'all just sign this really quick? Can you guys sign this petition? And I rip it off like a...
Yeah, don't read it. Just sign it.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm like literally so funny.
Yeah, you are.
I'm like the funniest person ever.
I hope people know that we're like being sarcastic. Or that they...
You're being sarcastic? I was being dead serious.
Babe, I
okay,
gotta go.
I think Madeline's ready to be done.
I gotta go, man. It's hot in here.
Well, I turned off the fan for you.
Like, my back is sweating. I'm ready to go.
Well, you have a blanket on it.
Oh my gosh, I thought I moved that.
No, you didn't.
Dude, I have been dying this entire time. Feel my back.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stop. All right, well, we're married. It's been a year and a half.
Almost 2.
I loved our wedding. It was perfect.
So fun.
Yeah. It was a really good wedding. And thank you to our parents. We appreciate you guys so much. I know a lot of people are not as fortunate as us. And I we're grateful. We really are.
Like, honestly, we wouldn't be where we are without our parents.
Yeah. But if you are having to plan the wedding on your own and pay for it on your own, there are definitely a lot of support groups out there to help you get creative. So I would definitely suggest looking for those groups.
Yeah. I don't think we really have anything else to say, right?
I don't think so.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Check us out on Anchor, Spotify, really anything, whatever this is on. I think I just uploaded this to Google Podcasts. So if you guys have like a Google Home or anything, I can just be like, hey, Google, or... Oh, that's another thing. Before we go, we realized, so like, you know how whenever people have like the Alexa and they say it out loud and it turns on? What we've been doing, like we have a Google Home and it doesn't turn on unless we say, hey, Google. And so what we've been doing, like whenever we're talking about saying something to our Google, we'll talk about the Alexa so it doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
So
I'll say... Hey, Steven, say, Alexa, turn on the air conditioning.
But what's so stupid is the Amazon one, all you have to do is say the name. So what if your name is Alexa? Sorry, guys, if your Alexa just went off. Alexa, go buy something on Amazon for me.
Alexa, go send Madeline and Steven $10.
Alexa, add zip ties to my cart. Alexa,
Steven, chill.
So he's like, stop it! No. Yeah. What were we talking about like before then?
We're trying to leave.
Yeah, okay. Later, guys. Thank you guys so much. Google Podcasts. I'm trying to get it up on Apple Podcasts soon. I just have to activate my Apple ID or something like that, and then I'll be able to upload it. If you guys have any other services that you guys want us to upload to, let us know. DM me on Instagram. DM Madeline on Instagram. Just check out our social medias, our YouTube channel if you guys want. You look like you want to say something.
We might be having a new background.
That's true. Yes.
For our studio.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know if it'll be next episode, but definitely by the one after that.
So episode 7? Episode 9, we will be in a studio.
Hopefully. We're aiming for that. Yeah, we'll have a new setup and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited.
Gonna be it's gonna be awesome. I just want to move this out of my office because we're filming in my office right now, and I just don't want to. There's just so much stuff in here, and I want my office to be a space where I'm like not stressed out and I can actually get work done because I'm constantly cleaning my office. So we're getting a new studio.
We're excited about that. And I'm so sorry, you guys, again for losing my train of thought so many times. I want these to be organic and not just like thought out and be kind of like a YouTube video. So I'm trying so hard not to have one, and I'm normally a planner. So this is really stressful for me, but I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Trying really hard over here.
Yes. We love you guys so much. Sorry if I sounded annoyed in this video. I'm not. I love Steven
For some
so
reason,
much.
Madeline does not like it when I joke around like 100% of the time.
I do too. I do.
Maybe I could tone it down to like 90% of the time.
I do love you, and I think
that's
you're
just
funny.
who I am, Madeline. You married me.
Okay, I think you're very funny. It was just making me lose my train of thought, and then it was stressing me out.
I know.
Because then I didn't know how to get back on track.
I love to push buttons.
I say, and yeah, and it just was really bad.
Yeah, I like to push buttons.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
Hopefully we don't have to refilm this episode.
Oh crap! I forgot to press record.
No, I mean like because it was so bad.
No,
because I kept
think
going back and forth.
I think this is a really good podcast. Oh, another tip, by the way, if you guys are listening on anything, and since we do kind of talk slow, change the speed, like the playback speed to like 1.25 times, and we'll talk at a normal pace. I'm doing air quotes again because I listen to like every YouTube video in like 1.5 times speed, but I know some people can't follow along that like as fast as I can because I'm a genius. So I would definitely.
He was again joking. You guys.
That was a joke. I would definitely do the playback speed 1.25 times, so we sound normal. Okay, thank you guys so much. Trying to think of anything else to say. Follow us on Instagram, DM us, slide into our DMs. Just do whatever.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Always remember to stay kind, and we hope to see you guys in our next podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.